And to that point, President Trump, since these emails have been released, he called this a hoax. The White House press secretary said that these emails prove absolutely nothing other than the fact that President Trump did nothing wrong. That's what she said once the House Democrats released those emails. But just yesterday, that discharge petition had enough signatures where next week there's going to be, or there's expected to be rather, a vote that would compel the Trump administration to release all the files related to Jeffrey Epstein. But what do you think the likelihood of that happening is? Because even if that passed the House, it would still need to pass the Republican majority in the Senate, and then President Trump himself would have to sign that into law. What's the likelihood of us seeing all of the Epstein files, any and everything related to him?
Well, Brittany, I know that I was in Washington, D.C. over at the end of the summer when Jeffrey Epstein victims marched on Capitol Hill and held a press conference demanding the release of the Epstein files. And I know that they're going back to Washington again next week to hold a second press conference. But at the end of the day, I'm afraid that their cries are going to fall on deaf ears because I don't think at the end of the day, Donald Trump, based on the statements that he's made, based on the statements that his Attorney General Pam Bondi has made, the FBI Director Kash Patel, that they plan on releasing these files to the public. So this is going to be something that is going to continue to hang over their heads for the rest of this administration. And Jeffrey Epstein is going to continue to haunt Donald Trump from his grave. I think that the likelihood of seeing the files released, the odds are very, very low at this point that this administration is going to do that, even though they promised more transparency in this administration to the public than in any past administration. And we may have to wait for a Democratic administration to come into office before we see these files.